it is and it here na conference hu nkoma e de yedi nyame ya adoma e beba so kama eda no yedi nkomo say for the past 3 years programs akese bia kokoso a in fact ye call ba ku bia ye call wo Cape Coast you know na you after 2017
having dinner with my dad at the dinner table around 9 o'clock p.m. In those days there was a curfew when he was called out. We were not to know that he was being kidnapped, and he was just being called to attend to a fellow judge, Cecilia Krantiando, who was thought to be unwell, and then only to discover in the morning that he never came back. We were not to know that they had been executed that very night, but later events were to unfold the following Sunday. I think it's a time for sober reflection as Ghanaians. Some of these things, sordid history that we have in the past, but let's pray for forgiveness of sin. We can't forget, but we should forgive, work together as countrymen, and we should learn lessons from some of these things and make sure that those who deliver justice are not exposed to these dangers. And brings me to what currently is happening to the Lord Chief Justice, and I identify with her struggles, and I think all Ghanaians cannot be passive. One leg of democracy, which is the judiciary, is being exposed to unnecessary danger. So I pray that everything goes on well, and that as a country we have healing. We'll work together as a people and put the interests of our nation first. This cyclical retribution does not help, has to end somewhere so that we can build on our development as a people. I want us to use this day as a day of sober reflection for all of us, from the president to all of us.
Their opponents are beginning to feel like they're weak.
Okay.
And you see the kind of violence they use against them. You see members of parliament being beaten. You see political operatives wearing national security uniforms, brutalizing people, holding guns around. Look, all of this, for me, where I sit, the next time NDC gets power, if they do not establish a clear line of deterrence, I'm not saying that they should do the same, but you have to be able to tell your opponent, you've destroyed my businesses, you've beaten my members of parliament, you've killed my supporters, you are going to pay for this. And I do this because the next time you get power, don't touch them again. If you do not establish that clear line of deterrence, you are gone. A time will come where you will not find anyone to go out there and bravely fight for your cause. I see these things over a period of time, and I really commend the leadership for some of their patience, because they have been really close tipping points.
The National Council of the Party set up a committee, and we were tasked to find out who could be our candidate, or whether we will do primaries or not. So the team went to Akwetia in the constituency, had engagement, a lot of engagement with the grassroots, electoral area coordinators, polling station officers, chiefs, opinion leaders, and majority of the people said that for primaries, we should take it out. We shouldn't conduct primaries in Akwetia. And that's exactly what we followed. And then now come to how we will get a suitable candidate. We commissioned a search, we commissioned a research. People went into the constituency and gave them all the names that had expressed interest. In this case, Honorable Amase, Lawyer Uredu, Kwame Asumedu, Daniel Nyami, Osei Apia. And we gave them these names to go into the constituency, in the villages, in the towns, to throw out these names, to come back and report to us who the suitable person could be. And to cut a long story short, when it came, the party saw that they've settled on Kwame Asumedu Solomon. And so we reported back to council, and council also gave us the go-ahead to engage further and to follow the due process to do a popular acclamation for Kwame Asumedu in the constituency. Today marks the official announcement of Kwame Asumedu as our candidate for the Akwatia constituency by elections.
It's a movement stronger than appetite.
It is important to correct certain misunderstandings or distortions, deliberate in some cases, that our team picked from the media space regarding this matter. Since my press release, it has been said that by setting a minimum threshold of 60% for the recovery of assets as a condition for filing a nolle prosequi or terminating the banking sector cases, I have cut a deal which permits persons who have stolen or looted public funds to walk away with 40% of the loot. At least that is the narrative, by some sections of, the Ghanaian populace, particularly from our opponents in the MPP who were responsible for all this mess. Indeed, one writer on Facebook compared my decision to the situation where someone has stolen 6 goods and is being told by the prosecutor to return 4 goods and keep the 2. But my fellow countrymen and women, now this may seem like a joke, but it's a very serious expression of the sense of justice of our community. And it is something that I have used, to, get people who have come to me for plea deals to jerk them to think about the community's sense of justice. So, it is not lost on me, and I wasn't surprised when I read this on Facebook. But the goat thief analogy, intriguing though it may be, is an oversimplification of the matter. This is why. First, Dr. Kobina Dufour and the other persons standing trial were not charged with stealing or looting of public funds. They were charged with causing financial loss to the state, fraudulent breach of trust, falsification of accounts, as I have pointed out earlier, dishonestly receiving, and money laundering. But the facts and the evidence supporting these charges never alleged that those standing trial personally benefited from the banking transactions that gave rise to these charges. Now, it's important to make clear that when someone is charged with, for instance, causing financial loss to the state, all right, it does not imply from a criminal liability point of view that they took the resources that have been lost. In other words, what we seek to do when we charge someone with causing financial loss to the state is to prove that they either intentionally or recklessly or negligently cause the state to lose resources or to lose funds. All right. Now, those of you who are old enough to remember the Quality Grain case, which came, and went all the way to the Supreme Court, involving the former Deputy Minister of Finance, Victor Salome, and a number of NDC officials in the Rawlings regime. You'll remember that in that case, Justice Afre was at pains to point out that though the accused persons had been convicted of the offense of causing financial,
it's a movement stronger than appetite.
In that case, Justice Afre was at pains to point out that though the accused persons had been convicted of the offense of causing financial loss to the state, they had not been convicted of stealing. They had not been convicted of personally benefiting from, the actions that were the subject matter of the criminal charges. All right. We must also understand that though the charge of fraudulent breach of trust is closely related to the charge of stealing. the facts and the evidence didn't show, okay, that in this particular case, they fraudulently breached their trust because they stood to benefit. Okay, they entered into transactions with third parties, okay, which pointed to the fact that according to the case that was filed, they were trustees of depositors' funds. Now, which in itself is legally contestable, right? Because the banker-customer relationship is not one of trusteeship. It is one of contract. Now, that is legally, established in case law. There are case law precedents to the effect that that relationship is not one of trusteeship. So when someone deposits their money in a bank, all right, they are not keeping the money, they are not giving the money to the bank to be held in trust. Okay?
It's a movement stronger than appetite.
Kalia. Ediane say.
Because in June they were proposing because President Kufuor.
Oh, Baba.
Kufuor any sense of New Patriotic Party no say may have gotten a privilege several times. I mean, my name at trans 1-on-1. Ne love for this party and ne vision for the party no. Yana enkrofo bia o yare ye kakra yi na ama na ye. But when you go forth and I say, we say, Akumano party no edan akuma so na time bia obe pese party ni be wo power na na asem o kan ya na go forth as say e be yesa wo party wa ban mu sense na wo ye project na secretary we opposition dance wo ye messenger e wa ban mu if you say Gordon we say for the whole of this year ministry cramming foul
unim hwane
foul
unim obiawo
so entino yes abadisi na MPPS suade muma yen suade na yenya watimi wakame no Gordon ti say the na meka from 1994 ye dia ye flag bearer bia ye ko flag bearer racer yana no shedodo MPP internal politics anokra se change national elections
ano deal any calculation is
munim democracy the whole thing is edu by be a compromise what do you call candidate because we for first time or the last time we saw Akufo-Addo more or less a compromise candidate and you see Nibia na to say the Baba Amadu kan ano trawe na mano can do betimi aye and anya sa na ye no
yeah
can do betimi aye because we yes we twabon go for the proposal
otoba no twen say December beba na nkeja kodwa bonyu na nka akora wantimi go pa ankwa wa hwe teams na nka wa tap na kama eno na driver bi ka che mi say bebia ma wo peda de lumba sempa ne sambeka ya at a point in time na former president Papa J no ane Papa Kufuor omuntemu engo na twitwi kakra bi ho no na that lumba ko yi program at say na national theater also and was na Nakuru Rajma Rollins former first lady opasa with masa enti omo body Papa Kufuor na president that time enti Papa Kufuor so no sana eja na Nakuru su ko ye na Papa Kufuor ka ben na kakra na di se na isi mu twi kakra na Papa Jesu to na tulo Papa Jesu obi am Papa Jesu ni masa ono ndie ndie zanguleza ye no ball na tapota ma be na ja enti from that time no and ultimately say enkabomu kakra bi at least etimi ba ya that was the first I would say after 2000 elections now Papa Kufuor defeated NDC no that was the first time in public or this energy abem it no catch them catch say yes that's the power of music that's the power of music timeless and you ma Chaskodofusu abon because timeless just say the next 30 years to come and you not be with the telling you mean and then people be telling you mean you are woman now say TikTok some TikTok na minimum say how you could for cry and then I say anaja me ko pese akuro no so na wo hwe young ladies any young men na mo hono ma me check especially they are all Gen Zs you so no lumba by as na Jesus ye wo mo but omo na say omo to nwum no am ye lyrics na eye me say me let me be blunt na me ye kodwantwi ni me support me kodwantwi nwum part at the point in time no kodwantwi na metimi etia say na me seda emfulo lumba nwum papa na say na omo to chene ka say eh papa no wo ye deep. Make you use all the superfluous and equal they are describing. Wo ye deep. Wo use superfluous and equal describing na wunting. Wo ye icon ankasa. Enti o man no ahwradie. O man ahwradie. And say be new be na be catch abampen for say that the lumber deserves a state barrier. You know the edin e wo ho. Mate say million mu pass for so say ehie no nko ade emra fie. It's coming home. England for as almost say it's coming home. It's a young dear almost say I was a Bekumase de be yadi Wukumase will be an say yet yes by me say state barrier most of the time the state barrier mean benefit in one crime. However, to me I state barrier no ewa what am I about? Minyamo would you crack cooker? Minyamo would eti you bet my state barrier no ewa forecourt. And assisted them crowd the Mubian Quay and papa no na yakwaye oh na recapita ni bia kama na yashero ma yashene ni munyam ye wia ye best na military for the obi kan helicopter na omo left say that the lumba body no from Accra straight to baby e be ye no ewu Kumase na Kumase for oze na ya ye wa Accra ha de na any say this any choice dabi the quota maker say ya anya saa afi obia so be ohia state barrier bia no omga se bia famra kumtin se be ya ye ntwa esabi ka be ne kenye sabone de ka manage ho ba se de be ye yi no wo de nye na Accra ha se kama ano papa da bi misro obia ye obi this year enti no ba menwe ko ka me se misro menwi enti ye wie ye no se pa nanka military for no helicopter mo airlift no the next 30 minutes nanka. You see the atmosphere say the lumba body krompu fra Accra eba ye helicopter AC for ma ye di si no nyina no ehye na nimunyam ebe menti ye besre media menya busuani but media me nkra adwo so ameche de say lumba no wo you be lumba what I say I don't can the who can you enko abonte me na me ka say the eti koka don kenyi na enko me mie ma eti ka me de ka sa na mesre se yenye ne sa penifo Ghana de sisi matesi wo bia atro bibi afa da de lumba ho ade esi bi sua ne se owu no edin da mansa kom ebeba death the leveler edin ebeba na eba nso a nyene nyina so na bo nkaye edin me no ka sei on confirm report say accident BSC Dwaso area holm getting to Kolongo to say nipa be 15 and na every mu ya ntia na yem prepare ho na se be ya na wo mo so a mototo nwom eyisini ebobo ni ada especially wo mo toto nwom no mumusa mo say Charles Kojofu sunwoma wo ball no 1985 86 87 88 89 eba 94 95 ni ade no wo de 95 mpa enne it said 30 years and a very in fact it could even be more relevant today what you say busa wo say nwom na wo bono in 2 years time krambo no wan kasa wuti oni go pebe wo dana ensem a wo tete lyrics bia wo voice bia wo use no mu no ya busa wo say wo bana and wo di 2 years wo say na ntiase wo di 5 years na so wo started words as no wo tese wo bonwe we ya e de munya bebre no ana eti ye hwe ye no ho ne ye ni ho nkomo ene attorney general Dr. Dominica Yine aye press conference na much ado about nothing na abrofu eka brofu bi say o mo say flatter to deceive na flatter to deceive no che say ebia wo hwe ye bobo na obi tinche a substitute yes ye ka de ne beba ball no na kwenu wo ye warm up we now touchline wo ye warm up no wo jump no kwese wo head enframa yes akwenu sim oba match mu a emu be ye dem afi no waba wo ba ya ni amane pass oh no yi ball no akoda to the chest no a chest no a head no the call hey na steady ball say ye je say akwa we dey wa be di we any 5 minutes akomu bi kemu man through pass a emikal kwa wuntime nko on what is so flatter to deceive ene before ene na Ghana nyina aban no kasama for penny Felix Kwadwofo so e dey aya announcement say ena asebebesi o magan na mu die wo se de bay Rambo in the jungle wo se de be ba ne die Rambo in the jungle just a bin see that wey Rambo in the jungle ni where it couldn't even be a storm in a teacup where you Rambo in the jungle. And then Attorney General I try say or be justify the infamous decision or the infamous 60-40 Woncheni. So the no the infamous 60-40% Woncheni. 60-40 ni say you rakwabna for nipa be 7 now omo Unibank and na aban ese omodi bone sikasem bebre sika na almost 6 billion Ghana cedis about 5.7 billion Ghana cedis and this aban buy in fact yet some da asem go book court da the better say last week Dr. Yine say an se die asumduaba na Dr. Kobrado for say sika no betua it was not Dr. Yine no agent the 2 minutes so any Dr. Dofo akwose dem I agreement say Dr. Dofo emphasize 60% of sika namra na 40% Dr. Dofo emphasize na taso but omuntie o was say what need Dr. Dofo akwa agreement say sika na so obetua no won fa emu 60% emra emo man no na 40% na aka no won fa na taso no nkofi ye fa ne nkoafiase eno an ye wie it is say no ye fa the infamous 60-40 Woncheni na Dr. Dofo afa 40% o man afa 60% 40% na Dr. Dofo ho no ono kwa na be ka no ho ana enkofo commission ni mu de is it true say na Dr. Dofo Yine na wo ye lawyer for Dr. Dofo ana as defense lawyer abra MPP wa ban mu a na Dr. Dofo edi nipa be 7 e wo court na na it 60% 60-40 Woncheni and ye bedi ho nkomo na me bo elia na me bo voice na kakra wo dis Dr. Dofo Yine wa bre wo just wa chechire mu a enso emfa because ento asomu anumere abrai Simons atwa de bi na ewa wo chese wo boa I was say was share no ye ne calculation no 60% na was say aban enya no was say Dr. Dofo Yine boa na aban enya less than 11% 10.something%. Ajana 1 ajana 2 na sa ajana 1 ajana na me ka se kuma se kwa na sa bro change na bi o ana ekoso ye no ne bedi hu nkomo pa ye nuanom a ewo boko ene ne mpotem yesre babi adina durubia mo matu nkotwe de atwene yesre Ghana mpanifo munya kasapa kasade bi enkyere ye nuanom a wo boko ne nipatem meti su minti da se entokobi esi baabi o manga de mu a sukuufo ya mo school mu ya o mpia bontin yon ene ka se do ho mo yankra bone ene mo kokko mo kodi nkobo wa bontin na ebia stray bullet bi bo wo mo da bi we die awudifo atena se ye kodi awu ye kokum sukuufo akoyi o mo fi school ho akum wo mo bienu ba konso ti se miensa omukum ba kon the following day mukokum bienu na lerigu na first one mukum de na ya me hu video ni bi na me ntimi hwehwe gruesome kraketo wa da form na empenfo ekunu bone be no waye na NDC for ena mo se mo ye reckless in opposition and in government too esa emfa mo ho babia IGP akọ ama IGP adwane ama IGP from ma wo kọ mo de kọ boga no sojafo ene man military escort sojafo ene ma IGP yohunu military escort ejesa akwafaliti anidim enti sa nyema we nyina course no enti bibia mpeke aban se ei adena escalated too much it yen hwe kwakwa e betima si anu ana boku le jadamu ene na ayi wale omode ayi akoto so curfew se eduru awia 2 o'clock say pa ye mpese be ho akokokra wa bonti obi an ko hye dem nkoda anye sa ade a chinyame adom achina anopa 6 o'clock asa no wasore ewo wale na lerigum potem overload of the area was it there be menti ase was had there so dwe wa hawo eti biaja mu ye kwamu mu ne man consult here straight away no mo dia na beto so 2 to 6. How do you expect them to function? Don't forget to say ebana MPP ho no ma omudi be careful be to boko kakra na 6 to 6 enumere 6 na dey 6 or sorry John Mahama as opposition leader say hey MPP form per massive into omudi careful that to so 6 to 6 he kicked against 6 to 6 now on ade na me beye 6 to 6 not good but 2 to 6 good. Ajana 2. Makacho say this is a government full of con men. This is a government full of con men led by a con man. 6 to 6 not good, but 2 to 6 good. What you say? Boko ye Ghana for nyina free boko. Ghana for nyina free asanwene so. Ghana for nyina free Sofia. America say because by virtue of say bia ho na ye wo nta wo free ho. Because kame meta kwa wo me ha ma free ho. Ye beta apost bi ho ma kwa ye adwuma wo ho. Ye betimi apost bi se me kwa ye adwuma wo ho. Meye den. Ene school ni atotum a ye se obi an kofie. Aden enna ese obia ese aban no emfa ho enkwade doso etu die bedi enkobo ye kwa akotia so a mebo voice no earlier East Regional Chairman menua Jeff Kunadu Ado akasa se MPP for penny for eti committee so mo nkohwe ni kwa akobofa so aselect obia obeli di MPP na ko by election abra menua ifin na edibu bai memomu die me let me honest na me people say I was say omukọ primaries but democracy mo so no enye election kwa any means a ye de select obi enti empenfo timit na dem no mu no obi aka omohwe dynamics na e wo hall mo ne say omu no obi aka na obi abeti ase say ye mfa asomasi ana obentenko na emmeye ntokwa wa bonte fe won maso a ye no see another means a obetimi di aseleti ye no see democratic yini bia process ni bi it is not against any mrabia e wo democracy enti menya ne tie say alomo de Solomon Kwame Asomedu yesa dodo afa no wuo e wa kwatia enti wono ese wo ye mine na wo company be say fe owuo mining resource anase ayi bisa enti no sa na etie ho no mo dynamics na wo ho no mo no me no na minimum see the dynamics this city but etube mi busem kaka mo say kroba akwefa ne say akotia nkasa ani wanchi akotia ani wanchi ebi wana bakwara be free akotia ebi so bakwara kwa free wanchi enti no we no I'm told say solo free wanchi no free akotia wo free be foforo enti ne ye besere ebi say compromise candidate say the be ya akotiafo anase wenchifo nyina beka say okay ankwa akotia anko wenchi nti de ha na akọ ne pedia ye masudwi embra emperifo ni they know better than say the minim and na research obokoye no so di no MPP fo nyina say the candidate e fe de Solomon Asomedu obia ematu enkotwe de atwene no obia en support no e say ko hol memem ko ho say avenare na itimi kwaji seat no ye maintain seat no enti MPP candidate owo Solomon Kwame Asomedu congratulations empedifo ayiwu ade bia obeye bia ka party empedifo ho nyina bom immediately ye no ye ne tentem ade bia obeye bia omo eka ho a no komo eso epese ye de ma womo obi discoverable amasei ya wa ye MP da ene de nyame mfa dan nyame aha womo so no so a very popular person enti no ene omu nyina ni nkomo kama na se mbecha constituency we mfa no ma na mu nyina mo nkoye because MPP na wa kono na mu ntimi enhwe se di ECT etine no wo de mediwe ni ebesese no mo mema koka akwaba na mama koka ho te sei me de nyame ase mo yade ese last week adam me say no wona da se beje dwam na da se be de metete no pa ti ja mo na muso mu kama ena edi me ni mu nhia wo hada me boa
de bia betu das
what a coincidence ewiase so de bibi o eti no edi adu say enso e we se no so ka MPP ho a we kasaba for de bi o kasa kama ena chairman kasa new level so aba wono no di no nkasa new level so de bi o akani ni ade akani de wo ye but utu say the library no nyina na so and what anti me gidi say nema ekosui wo ye directly affected chairman mama akwaba bibia boko
Gondon nyaboko sa say insecurity na abagana na doso
da roka assembly da roka eka assembly be 2 weeks ago roka say every day bia if you say the bia ni pegu but they say the abagana ni say every day be yikum nipa da bia ni pewu ba nya da bia ni yikum obi but they say ba jomama be president no every day bia yikum obi na yesu bia yira ade be chine yehu no yesu bia yira ade be chine yehu no enye yehu ni body yekuno saa ene kokoso ama enu atikura mi so bia cho article bia ama a chronicle ni bi be 7 lost and found but dead
and then granamity one of the stations so nipa o mayira just 7 months kwa masama kwa mankan kwa nipa be 5 amasama nkwa
aye
yes na Godon say na oni here ma wet na me call ya me ma me ayi
I say mukro mo so bia yira
up to now you hu
our offense no
for omugina ho a na ye tam na shekam sa
wow
for the past 3 months you hu
all right it's chairman
3 weeks ago no number 2 anu so you hu na 2 ni a chombe 3 months
wow
MPD actually nothing police funds will come
all right
district capital for that have a commander
all right chairman if I kwai what's person ka bokwa se first
Godon ma me chair
chief for
so ma chair ma ka office no of the minti kasa me chair samwa na
doctor chair samwa no wo hin it mean na me mfa ne ma na wona wo mfa ne ma ha
na no me ni di nkomo
sa you Martin
Godon si agana no normal no aye be miensa insecurity and already say you a friend say LGBT ambassador
I don't know
and the Solomon you my ambassador also what be our West Africa which make you know
I was so ojide ojo Muhammad mu say obetima play leading role
no nya ambassador ya yi ne de so we see obi ane
okay
o ma so profit na no ma ko fan for be independence
etiboko no
insecurity kroma na nya ambassador so na economy so I manage with propaganda so
yes
and the last one nwanwa sa attorney general na kamojidi onunipa o mitini they say also the cancellation of cases
and obi ka chem say was ohwe no a was suspect say bi obi aye ni bibi because the man is not himself.
He's not himself. That is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
The man because my partner that's I wouldn't now we articulate.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we catch ni kesi.
Oh, you catch ni. Wa ben and we obi obu no ho.
Obu no ho.
Aha. But enema wo ye na san yi die. Eso obi ka che say e be se was suspect say atu na duru.
Ana wa sheda ana no wo ye
okay.
No ye nanim kire enyam so mpa
na wakate ni
enwa honi ni oni emi nwanwa na say ye hwe ni go no matna can several times say your democracy no ade ba ko pe na aka because executive ni dey say ye dey call legislature no so executive na bomodi anya influence judiciary ni kodi ani ewu ni akwa banana republica no control enti Ghana for mpanyimfo am kan bi ebiwu me dey anansi ana me frame stomach tanks ebi asa massacre dey am kan na yehu din fufure de be mamo mon kasa anya sa democracy no eno ana agegi na baba saa eno na obiti bara so anhwe ya Ghana no atiasi na eyesa anso no mo bre pa anase Ghana ya che judges miensen kuomu da
oh of course
enti judges na mo to Supreme Court wa mama lances se microphone ni atemo posterity with judges go down
menua
efe ni say boko asem no on say na no edura bubushi
sa okay
amoya no ma
akokumase
akokumase na no eba bubushi
aye hu on
enra chi na wo da akoma
no omo ku ho
exactly na yesi bibia nko kan papa enye jirede
yeah
John mama ne be ka kire se send this wa ban mu a na boko ho adwo
ayin
godon for so many years I'm in northern region for about 15 to 17 years I was northern roaming around the 5 regions that time 3 regions boko conflict my emani nu na nugu da
sa ho
yes enko ebe duru aya wale because wale ndi so da crew
yeah
at the time bia mu twa mu timi bloko ane rugu ho no area ho no because rugu na kevum rugu town no kevum and he say obi ba the time we bu kevum abia secondary school one go no go si beria ho we say northern region kwane daso
yeah
and he say obi ye bibi wa nimu a ba rugu town no kro ne kev at the time bia secondary school one ho na no musi ba no mo da tinkofo
okay
ba na rugu die edin
ana na lerugu so na
na ho na yiriti
na yiriti
ho na yiriti
na yiri no so ye kan himfo ka na
ahimfo kan he kase
kan himfo ankasa yes
another more issue no nyo ne otumfo na tina
yes.
secretary and I have one respect because one so was settlers I work on 5 northern regions now man pussy for us spread all over even Jomama Krumbole Kromo
yeah
we are warriors any hunters and they travel and settle
say because of omuye warriors ninti na mampusi eyi no kusasi
assembly
ya omokotia
omokoje tokanify
to dija ye the history
is
better
the amano eyi ni say from the time memorial what the history tells me am the tiani say na iri na yibokwa na ba
ayin
eno is uncontested but that be an kusasi for ewo somebody like elder and I say abusia panyini bia wodi o manima em say ya na o liaison between the bokonaba and na sa case we I don't know what that because very very sensitive
yeah why fi ya
unim azoka na wa betena ho ababi adwoma makọ na abuguragu azoka na
okay abuguragu
I was one ya bokonaba unim kwa na papa fast be dia de na ni papa e DC ana bokwa na aba no wuye na Rollins at the time revolution time
yeah
na Rollins dey crony sharing sa na oye no ho ohene ono ne ba na o se ni papa di ade nto no so di ade
but okay
na Joma ma okoya unim se boko na aba we de kadri Shrigana oye boko na aba sisi unim se okọ boko around October
2024
because you are na near your na otna na irugu na irifie for some time
and san
Edwaba and in November October and November one was in buy oba no cry me freka say this is election time and about umia if you look at even primaries near corner when nyavusu and I didn't na common train Abana catch them say yeah policy any policy or no any traditional
and it won't fa want to call anajo
yes
in fact we the
Yes, sana do no oko.
What happened after that? What I know is say after that, President Kufuor a security meeting. Every all heads of security agencies say, "I then no motivate na homa asade ne course." Obiasi wonim. All security heads, I can say, "Omunima de kwa papa no, e fa so free the lerigu e kwa boko." Ena de kusi ya e command to kwei e ba ya ka che say we MPP ni a ahaya ma wonto aba. Na we ndi ni so a edisi ni so a wo so ha wo so ba wonto aba. Ena abebidu bebi.
Enya say aha wonto aba wo na won.
Utimi ko so kwa ebi.
Wo na won ko.
Okay.
Wo say be koye ejuma o one village one dam koye kakra ho. Na ya na ma na ku pie kusasi area no. Na nam ne bo abi na nam nim ka say no kusasi ediro omuhwem no omuhwem height no omuhwe o say masa si ankrofo di show pa say nya me no na ma komba bo fok
ana omuhwa we kusasi
omuhwe am ka say me
mampusi ni okay
so ho enti the men say your history for this town and the people.
Yes.
And nipa ni nim ema aban bi nkohye obi achi because your mama na ka che say political influence ka ho. Unse mama ya ga majority o makohye ni fi.
Mate say obi binim enye confirm di mate say Hasa yare ga so nwumri. E so no so fi so o mato ahye so.
Say first no ba foforo na around February ho no. O makohye mama yare ga fi ba nsi.
Ai.
Ba na di o ma siri ye fa.
O mo nya ne be no.
O mo anye. E na di o makohye no. Kono ma me nka me bi ncho nipa ewu no ho. Enya ni nya no report o.
Oh dabi.
Say see am me ba studio hai. Say see am ba studio. Boy ba ko frame. Tamale. Ba bi fie no na dem na me se be get saso. The next 2 houses amu ya mampusi for. Papa no e ma ni nyina we panyu be almost 100 years. The man ni nyina e wo boko. Almost 2 weeks ago, ni fie ho, omo ko ho akohye fie na kunipa na ohu ni nyina ka papa no pe. 100 almost 100 years. Oda dem a yes oda ho anu atia mu sa obi twam no ote ne nkan no akosa nsu ama. Be 2 weeks ago so papa no e fie kakaka wo se nya ye empty.
Wow.
Enti oda not Michael they are talking about 35 people including children. This is what is happening. Way more or less, it's a genocide thing near Tehon. You read your mama. Una o catch say NDC or power. Naboko a why din nafi adeng. Eko kan ya ka so be mo region po. Na you know we are obeyi man pussy for na kohin. Because say of course Boko enclave ho na ebedru Boko town no mamprusifo ene mosifo pa na don so okru but oba adjoining areas na Kasongo Zebila ene
Kasongo
Zebila ene Garu ne Timpane areas ni nyina yekusasi enti mamprusifo no se mfimfin kusasifo no mfimfin omo se kusasifo no mfimfin enti ama omo ho kire omo unima de kro because they say I say mamprusifo tuka na ehu so omo na ewom na so omo ba omo bedru Zebira area ho na ya na omo broko car no then they started shooting enti this omo ba kruma just say omo the police or an escort ama omo kire wo enti menim se dwoma ama no aye na adwen se opese osoppresse mamprosifo a ba sangrofo no wo ya enye you ene sei me ba ya boy no frame asam wo ka kire me no se enya na yi ena de ni na si mu a
e ka sem besi
godon enya na yiri ena ne 3 days o de ni na si mu a enketokwa ne starting kenya yi I'm telling you, say there are a friend say people from Burkina, omuya himfo. And Venice frafrafo ahemfo ni bi from Tongo ni ayi ho nyina
any mosifo ni bi kra
any mosifo
I said Burkina Faso for
yes they wanted to help Mamprisi because almost say this is tradition say ya mo anya sa in the near future e be ba omo so omo sa nsuo asi o ma wadwe se ho.
But chairman, you see, in the face of all these things, best way forward than anything.
The best way forward. The best way forward. And he say, enka te said the nkomo ye bibi te said the abudu and danino. You but is that the right thing?
Omo dabi omo de o ka se rotiti a.
Abudu
and danino omo the same
yes.
The same house.
The same house, the same people.
But we mu die different people.
Two distinct people and there no you what the ehone man no. Ah what ho no. Ebe market na wo so abetena mbunu. Adenti na so obeje. Wo pesa woji. Wo de chair ne kwa.
So say omo koma wo mo no.
Exactly. And na nya say ehone is strategical.
Yes.
Wo say ho border boko no border two countries. Togo and Burkina Faso.
Yes.
Enti omo ho na nkrofo ni free be ha omo. Enti omo do omo sia no se tokwa ba amonko.
Emaye.
Enti sanka ye ku omo nyina. E kam so fa mo ho.
Ofri sa two enclave ni ba. Obedu omo so
ansa no wati any Kusasi village.
Okay.
Wono
to buy border gas.
Am border gas. Mama your omo security. Wa ba ho ba wi na modernization abanti wo se wonko. Enye ye se bi na se godon se ukwo Kumasi ni other places a ni zongo hini
you zongo hini yo mosi hini
ye mosi
zongo hini pa
ukwo Kumasi amagwa hini nyina o sa no mu dia ne tie enti se wate won wo hini hina wo bu fie die na Abulai Shiriga ono wate ni Mamprugu wate na rigu ena we bi ono so be the same name Shiriga ka dey say ono odi na ba betina why in representative
why ye representative of
Nairi
ewo boko yeah fa say Mampru ayifo asase so okay but we Asare-Bediako your oversimplification because I'm not sure say we just be an representative but he
assassin the man so he take homages na no so be Jeff in semana
anyway it is a be thing
enti godon say aban eyi ni nsafrim on kan say abukuragu azo ka say wonye wo hene oye insazi nuzu edin o go kanu ahwe ya ukofia ni diwe
but that may be the fact no else be an Canadian
I was say aban yi ni nsafrim na omo solve we traditional yeah godon what it is ni say otumfo start say oka sa abuguragu no eso otumfo busa na question mi ni
okay
Uzani say we see the idea even no say I know say why in the idea no say ne papa I know say ne papa so why ne dey be see so no now eno mo kwa na Kusasi for so mo ma adwuma ni bi mo ma reconciliation ni bi
yeah na ba asigira bugrago
yes
okay I look at the second
yes ne papa ne the first ene
but I say Eastern Upper East Regional House of Chiefs say ono so do hu ni se wana ye paramount chief
you see that's the fallacy paramount omo gazette ndare
omo ntimi because Supreme Court ruling grobo ho
eto omo political influence only says say the whole Upper East MPP ni seat
dabi
enti oni obi a oka bi amaye enti no enne ye mungu omo so saa na wo ye saa that's usu ba ko na say wo kwa na obi nso asori because godon northern region chieftaincy is identity even everywhere na no so omo mfa ni agro dem fa ni agro because say omo tena ho enne na say nairi ye di nanim twitwifo ma che say the whole Mampugu land ene Mampusi yayi fo no ye do mu nyina anim twitwifo wodi na ayi na yire nim na etwi fom ati say de na esi wo sampa no de na esi wo sampa na obi asi hene obi zisi mesi hene since that ben ena do ma hene oni si sampa hene sampa hene bia menim bia hwai o mansia because paramount da bia afena se wo se obi nam kromu so wo hene wa hwe sample enipa no nam ho no said o no na abulai ena yekosi ne hene afena otumfo nipa ne bedu no nam kromu a na munya madwana kwese de
Mate chairman
enti godon me de asema meka ne se national security again you this is political will to solve the problem. There is a way. If there's a way, there's a way. But say, if say cost no everything is there. Say our person mo cost massage. Rollins did it because no a military people fear him.
In fact, I be kra.
Now go down. You see ni baby apam na hu ni be ma.
Oh yes. One day.
Sanko fu we mu omo no pam no oba wo. What is so because we more 24 hours. I told be twa. Am panka to atwa. And can na see e ti ha ye kasai. Go down. My am 24 hours ni enyi soldier for the police phone fi krom. Enye ne san get ha ye kasai.
E ba ye so di enti menye.
Ye ba de ne aye.
Da be ye nuanom.
And just we just akra say am bokum de mako.
All right, that for Samakasa do love or no workers and with the area what na hoda until winning the work and say why that passionate about it and Eddie meaning boko crisis they all kind of saying
but no me chama church in 7 movie bre am me cry no my confused pap kakra
yeah
because I think ye nyini na enim say hensam de a history line
yes
and untimi nya ho hwe me ya santini de minim say akunya ira say den kra because me papa di pram so akunya jache pram so kumase
say why be you
pa ntem say jama say de no why de
ya better dey kwasra
no na before say obedi akunya no omunchi kodi ejo so onwe
okay
itimi nyini na nam nim say papa free ejo so onwe but the bra akunya no to na necessary obi bedi no ye before omu free ejo so onwe mani kodi akunya
yes
so you would see say history enra say ye was anti-ase we ya I think say na ye nya selfish interest bi wo de ye ni mu a we nya political akunya ya ye koto aba na we zeme impediment ase ke be di history no so but you see ade baako a eye hu a politicians bi ko take advantage na masa do ya bedu be ye politics ni betumi aye na edu say ahemfo ye omo ne omo ya ye mfa obuo ne ani die bi emma ne omo na omo ye no am say president Sabre ne catch and send a comment ni unfortunate. But now open to me na to say kwan bia so say me nya to me nti no. Na adani even atem di okoka ho asem po. Na ase ye twabro ase na ye to ayampia bi ase say bi unim nyansa. But today oman no nyina esofa and eyeka o. No, a whole district is a standstill. Emu adwumayefo yi ti omo ka all right.
Na me can imagine one more apemfo.
Yes. The economic implication was our area ho. So far as I deal with koso. Ye to school mu a teacher for nyina be koso enjoy benefit bia so mo enjoy bia but bibia nkoso or render service bia. Say hospital
kwafuom
adwumayefo bebre abeba down ye minimum mo adwuma ko bebre.
Na wa sister wa ka me na tell.
Bako so asante for na before power.
Na come katwi bako for ma.
Nti na ka che eno so omo line so pepe ebe tubu omo wo ho bebre.
Enti go no wo hwe the way ye kai nyina. As I said, President say there, and I'm on be obetimi too humanly possible. O de be ma yehunu say omo ha asumdwe ho. E na omo test ya ma na hunu say no na de asumdwe ne ba. Enti omo ma na hunu say e ka asumdwe there is not about him. Akwa kodu say ono ane party leadership omo okrom ho kra no. Had a press conference about this situation. Ene kwan ya omo fa so omo treaty. Na say na ye wo bibi esese ye ka ho asemo ankenye ne se nka attorney general kra sorry kasa e dem esese ye hwe ye boko say de o kan no mo ye nuano omo ye na to da me hwe omo MP as say o ye majority leader ɛne sɛ de osi di agorɔ wɔ parliament asɛ bibia nsi n'akyi ɔn
wɔda na
wohwɛ yɛ MPC a every 2 weeks wobɛhu asɛm so boakye sɛ ɔnam bantama wobɛhu wei na ɔnam ne constituency wobɛhu ayare ga nkɔ fie
dɛbɔ waka sisi mu ɔtwa ne ho asu
and yes
so ɛma mpo sisa yɛ ekusasi
and so nka wo koraa na ɛsɛ sɛ woman sisi yɛ adwuma ɛnso ɔte hɔ yɛma hɔ nkɔ Pan African Parliament ɛno nkwa ne hia no yɛma wei nkwa ha wei koraa yɛma ne nkɔ bi asa nkwarasɛm ɛna ɔmote parliament ɔno wɔyɛ ɛbra so sɛ yɛ sisi wɔ ne kurom president wo sɛ asomdwie bɛba ɛbra wo aba bɛtena akonnwa so deɛ yɛhwɛ sɛ wobɛtumi ama saa asomdwie no ɛde aba wontumi nka hwɛ bibi papa bi amfa adeɛ kɔ so ho megye di sɛ woyi DCC wabɔ bi din asa amre ne benefits ne ne nneɛma nyinaa start kɔ ɛyɛ kahunu because ɛnkɔyɛ hui udi obeye bia so chama for there reho no me education space ni ntino ɛyɛ ma reho pii sɛ yɛtumi bowura institutions kukum nipa sɛ yɛn close school abra in few days West Africa wasi started. I don't know how they are going to go about it.
Wouldn't say emra kra wo ho say wontimi police University of Ghana police ni enti free baby enko campus enko student
they have security
wontimi wo kwa age
say some security na hand nipa over to you
say kwa administration that say okay nie we akofa
me exactly
how much possible we school mu akoto obi asande me video mi kasa me yentiti no na wo say ma yaga video and was say he is speaking kusa e will rally e will pusiga
okay
na
during election
2024 no was say he poses a question and answered it himself, which is who made pusiga not to be peaceful, and he responded again that is it not MPP? No asabusa who made Boko not to be peaceful. Is it not MPP no money naje so it that time no just say this MP for na mahan mo asodwe ni it mo me mbra de masodwe mbra
if the space was
that campaign na okoye wie no ono mo fa na iri ho sadwo mama ko
aye no mo ko de ho no
na mama ere akodoji we akire otete yesi na iri to us na yesi na yesi Boko MP ni wa yesi me nana no wo we ana omu yi ni ba na say Some nana no say nana no bunko so mu de no say ya ka semo a e dey come yes oh asas e futu papa ne ka kire na Wasi ya ka semo a e dey nkabom ebeba
so go on mama area is a failure when it comes to and say ko parliament is emra ye ode den because baby kakra bia e dey show nsa say hweso maye na eno na de wa be pie nkran wa kan kran now crowd is so you're fortunate now who standing between the two who free hadia and commuting puye say ubetumi aboa ma asomdua aba ho ewrade adom sunti aban mu no ya ma oso akọ animu
yes
ya ubetumi ayusu powers ni there bibia oni afenyo na nya akasa me ma unko bi na ato na
enkorasem
so uhwe NDC
how the people be agree
NDC ni oma na omo yesese no a it looks like omuka a na omo person omo ye bi na we dey ade very serious the moment I started rural schools now area also there was secondary schools the technical schools were hopa na rugu ababe PSC kra na because emutwe enti it means say ya really ade we dey
reprisal attacks
then abedru kumase say asawase now amakọ hine so to no
Asare minister
ono so o man the others no Facebook was
yes we say mo biopon e se batakari ju to bike
kami se fugu akokuma say this week o me hear from man munnim na the fugu pia kwala cho
hey can you imagine
afina Facebook so me see am ba see Facebook obi antimi ka so
oh nya sure
oh it's fine enu dey we are brand here ho na wo but you see we need to be serious about security
ejuma ba obe free ho
we need to be we kura enche obe free ho because wa manani anya de na jensemo wo ha the way Asantuma traditional council best start ya so ne tuja no obejai Facebook na kwa ye pasumdue pe said the honorable king e be si won cry ye nyima bibi be betumi asese bio ye de sana na da national issue
na for bio
e wura nyumam because yes adwumam of course we can have two of them there akoya issue that akoya kasa. So yes, sir, President, this is a matter of emergency. Say AI no more solving your man betumi aboa.
Oh, madam for back, me better pay back. Me that's it. It did be said about the kind of madam for penmu back be was say one knows why Santinin was say ne cousin back, ne papa man prosini. One no is one way
Ghana we are related.
Yes, and was to one Santinin is no. You are fast for a bad who now, only man prosini for. And you know, one team discriminative say, where you say, you need Ghana.
Me say, our assembly say, Uncle Ray and Sass, ya who do a Asante Regina, and she so for a time for Modu Dona Kusasa for.
All right, Coca. Yeah, Coca, young boy.
Again, no, Liguan.
Or
cast and north cast and bay for 5.
Hey, sir.
Yes. Man, Prusino or can it say the Udia grown.
Oh,
I can't Bani, I can't house her. As I can. There's one of them. Our son Kaka.
Oh, and the Wayadi.
Or catch row, Nasa or Kanakaku.
Mamma, you really
or catch row. Or now throw Dagwani defense.
Sir?
Yes.
Coca, I quite. What we did not to the first. No, so Coca can't crank.
No, but mete Matna enclave order.
Esro hono.
Matna ho. Me na mama child there o Sablugu. Ena me elder brother. Omu free Navrongo. Enti Navrongo kwane say no. Na so ko wan. Na ko wan a tumuni your friend saying na Nelugu sa enclave na be found. Ade ba ko ho no Omo lovely people oh.
In fact, me mame, Auntie B so call school or Boga.
Yeah.
Auntie B call Boga Training College, mame. Aye.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sir life of yes.
Yako.
Say e komo de pa say e komo de wo sa enclave no unhia mame nhia papa wo. Ubenya baby edi. E ho na besi nne. Sa akola ye bone a ye beboa mo akofie na okona kire the discipline won pa ko ba bedase. I think say yen hwe the human face of this na omuhu se omo ye baako hwe obi a ode ne nkwa ani moja ato ho ama wo no yentua ne kase obi a onim no nkobusa ye di omo ye shield. A shield na chi no muka said then we would now fight for you. And ebeye mukuma ya ebeye se amam. Na no kre no ena chairman kan ye no. E si ye kan no kre ni se asimesi. Enye overload or ye say
something massive is on.
Eno ne sa conversation na e si ye bold ni etumika. Any more moons, ade na omo ye no threaten
the peace of the whole country. Yes.
But the worst part is the negligence of the MP na wama enclave no joblessness abeye eno na ama adwuma no aso no
so bia di adwuma ye.
Yes.
Oso alo wose ne second ano okudi ewu
nipa wa daji to me lay ambush mo be 1 week 1 month
or chance to be p.
Yes. And a baby e kan so ye one of the fertile lands was high enclave no mo.
Baby, a whole cry dry no what the you know excavator no bo hwa sa catfish.
Yes.
Boozing omu yi sa.
Sir?
Yes.
Catfish me cry the name me catfish wo ba no ya confirm there bro to as a contractor ya
because I'm a trade I'm professional enti
na bi omu de be brel just say wo ya adwuma ma omu. These are people why do you fight?
Yes, because in Tokwano here omo ton to ni sa no na benefit you. omo ye side trade ni saa normal no and a benefit.
There's poverty.
We should just be careful. As I say, you're sitting president, anything that is violence, nanonka. Nano is through violence. Bokuno, and we say, Ablikumano niho. Ashama, dear no niho. No, only a molding future. What is
was it the best I can get?
Or a molding future. But yemshe, I say anything that has to be violence, the presidency enjoys it.
Also, what is our motive? A bear would ye hinting dia or motive more young proud. You could do
any almost start to hoy. Sa no say esi edu wa ha. Eric Opoku wa ha. Ena your friend is saying Julius wa ha. Nti eno na wo ye ajana 1 ajana 2 na ebeka ajana 2. Because so yi ba ku ebeka 2. Aha, nti eno ko munya wo ho no munya the people's life for them. Ya o. General we are me ko ho. Ye wie elections na me ko ho. And onam kwan so a the ase obi di obi ka elections ni we say you owe me I say you have enslaved me so now I now me you be
yeah.
God me can say penifo ogro mo a
omo hwe ni e ka ho asem
asofo no mo preach still
I'm preach am wish
yeah this is kabia said any
now God uni dey nwanwa pa I was say ya ko fa dan pare na you no nya de
fine the most important event on the calendar of 2024 was the election.
It was the election.
He failed the whole country. He didn't fail the country. He failed them people.
It seems
benefiting.
God on the amount cover way by and he said the Ghana police and the security apparatus, God said your democracy the police and said you should be up and doing. Once they say police for us abakwa so na mani ejire now obi a won say MTT di kura no ejina road wet wan wet me wa na ka say si kwan so hwe na enya ka nto
and na nwumre udru about 8 o'clock fa say mo be 8:30 is legon ota Emmanuel Eye Clinic kwa kakra bi a okwo anim ho no mo a between Emmanuel Eye Clinic and American House 3 police barriers
amo ye dey
3
omo check it there
3 na wo home then omo check it
omo ndam me bi say omo check it there
then omo check it 3
from ho Emmanuel Hall to
American
House
in fact o say Malcolm bi wo say one fast now fa Malcolm ni first ya obekwa so no na ba ko sa bo hall ma ebeko
ANC
yes it that short that small
enclave
4
now one go for move omo yan aba fresh for so inexperienced
because
they don't understand the game and to no ko to omo to me hwe
ayo ukuta DV ka last we you shoot DV I be do akwa ni say na me nkwa na masa o card na ne and I'm say masa me fie ni me card wo de ye
all right I was for 80 ekokara motene kare chama kasa new lab I was saying more and then of course it did say also I was saying more and na menua Moses Abo aba dachi hene na enura mpanifo bi Ghana for mutie ye e wa mano especially bi frame enura nwumre ema miensa na almost one person ye nkoma ni eyi noja ye joint ram e de tumi no mu nyina kasa na da bia muti na sa operation motorbikes no omoni di akire enti na ba ko ka che me say na say Moses Abo so atese waka da say ye pe motorbikes na ye no no de ye difference be na me say da bi na me say ye wu brain child Moses Abo brain child and what the ba say say Moses ankasa wa me na chechi etienu na message to me say we are not doing anything different from each other. Moses are born now the brainchild of the band so or per se on your partner na itimi edi sedjuma nti no sa e de course enkomo a e course on the by Friday dia motor ba ko bitime pi am ye bi hu sitie na nti no yesre ye gigis kaka carry that to motorbikes e dia maye ni aye nkofo no mu da ye adwuma na de hia da ni duru ni se frɛ wo mo a wo maba yesi e target 150 ubenya motorbike no wato abade academy pepa no e ka be the whole mass go no miss ha was say ya to motorbike no ba ko e de e wo ka so a watotu a the monko fa ye be wakofa aba wo de bre so de be gina wa atu but when to me anto na say we discover ba ma me bia send me bi wa send me 200 cedis na wona me kasa no ho utu so we panimu pa so bi no teche na me ni kuma o ka che me so 79 years ai me ye no so go don o ma me kwa ni senior ni mi o na me no so 79 which was chen ma me was so ntimi mpi but what the homeless what tidi e koso na ni mu hihire ma mpp enti e bese enti Moses abo aba Moses agenda motorbikes no de nya wo de wusa chechi na nkofo ntia
yo me da se go don ja ma me nchia o ene adwuma pa o ye de ma so far o no ye the mouthpiece of MPP
yasemu
so far
you know media house na your mouthpiece for MPP and ye instruments
so far one
kwaku daro ne da sebre na koka so ka ho
koka dia on them two eyes no
ni tinu na
me ne no ko badwuma o national ye be
mo nse de chema me
enti so far nka
and na mitimi ba bi yesi akola bi picture e chane nkono na oye me ba na ase me ka
akola bi a akola bi o graduation do
It really say now and so as on the bema
I teacher because me be dia dia so any of these rules
na
e be cha say do be
so e be da boy cha na ka mechanic tips mama mi ati
no ready we nyina ho ta be
yes bi so na me anti ba ko do di ma mi echi no ye wo me no ni ha so no wa control buy no na me se ma mi echi na miti kakra yes nwi no so twi ba ku twi
na ba ku tia
and I me di na echi no we are very hairy nice guy na me de die nie
ajenkasi
was it mama say to ba o show ni di ko ma se na de esa e was bi na wan pa ni unfa no ko ma no na I was be bari no na Asare I didn't say yo Moses yako
yo digodo na shiramo ja enyina aja 7 months we ya no mo anka ya tuma mbo mo anka na me ni bebi MPP
yeah
wo because in fact adru bebi na ya pembe ma na embema asa ewo MPP mu
yeah
ya de ya bonwom de nice form ehwe ebi mo ba be yet se omo party ni omo debut kodo me we dem stress we shouldn't allow them because omo ye over 2024 say ya na de kofi na ye to abawie de mo wan se ukọ collation center udane we ni say uhwe we ni machi a uhu pia tete me na meti brofo me na meti maka article me na menim kasa ene party ni edge now na me send message said the AC wa break off mo ma NC wa kotia I know no doso obia ni nedwuma obia ni de nyame de ba no
on the knife akua free frɛ sɛ yɛnhyia ɔmo wɔ collection set akra no me any akua free nkrofo any kofi antwi pɛ until the next day ansa na party officers about.
See, I know no.
Until the next day.
See, we are now. Then here, there na for no issues eba me ni eja me nwa na wo godo obeba na godo tewie mu ni aba. Ansana me ma nko ho no obi antimi ba state ni kwan.
Dabi
obi a dodge.
Abi a dodge.
Wow. Enne ye hwe a bomb pass a baby a presidential
primaries
no na party ninjina na for be jina obe catch say your buy a very fair o your be my very God on ni nyina ni say ye no mo bi e de ho abo afore e na ye ni bibia ye dan MPP isi a me jina no ya declare MPP me nam kura na isi a me was sure say me phone we cry say akura de omodi nyama mo ma tag me cause am ye bia because since I say me na me the headache of the NDC na election winning election is about mobilization.
Yes.
Enye kasa bebre. Now with even the little support any with want me per support krana me nim say we've been able to overcome the NDC and do a lot of things. But I can't movement. I know Kaya me de appeal la court. Say look, maybe you do NDC no, from now to 2028. Omuni bibia yo is just to intimidate us.
Yeah.
And also your boys now must start who say you know more nam or programs so they will started coming after them.
On by target you.
They will target them.
Especially whereby opposition
put fear in them. But they are not criminals. It is a penny for it here. If we are not able to protect our people now, we should forget 2028 election. I'm telling you. Because you see, I know almost started disappointing all guys. You know? And most of the guys now, especially the AC were black, but not now, might be brave, able for more Asare about out. And I'm sure the police, some of the NDC people started sending some of them their names. But I know there is so much here in our tomb. Send a panum ball chrono. No nye criminal, no nye nyamabina, osi because or MPP ninti obechine die. Coming kwa se part ni die cha kwa me demonstration. Kodo me see we need to have some set up bi ohon ma say almost sorry. So ombe high and crop at least ye ni kura na lipa 500 300 400 because o share the one intimidation arrest no almost start here ni nyina no almost test your pulse do almost test your pulse na edu baby na your spirit ever for cause edu baby no be else so obeba ni
nanka
honorable team fojo na me wo ambassador na me nya call na me ni e call we all mo oketechi afrifa on we wana me nya call say see police for be invade ni fie they ba be chin a member of parliament. Now within 20 minutes, Adenta Kumi, and 2 of my guys I have to drove there. Make call na general MP ni minority leader with them locked. The police are there with guns. Are there or your kronfuana? Na ebima baba musuru. The way of my set, the way mukite tuonu. Unyo be a walk you can't even go. Yes, but I went there with them. Now let them understand. Say, look, you need war front to, and Ghana has been a peaceful country. Again, and I mean we want call your stages. I could do your brother Anna. Chamon to me with the Muyam. Your brother Anna no demo 14 days soon.
Sound
14 solid days. Me see. Bro, me fuye.
What is the wife?
The wife did demo, I think 7 or 8 days. I'm telling 14 solid days. So. Chairman then you sorry and Kamasa forget. Because man will say MPP stronghold Asante region. And Chairman to me is loud. And my silence, you know. Ohwe upper east to Hanan Munyina. You say, o koso no mo chiu no mo do kwa. Omo timi fa won court. No mo di bail conditions bi kese abeto so. Na ye kase ye behwe empenifo bi a ebi mu ewo adwen kura se 2028 ni kura no ye forget it. But we the grassroots party where ye munu a ye nim say 2024 mistake na esi yen penima na nsida na you say electi your presidential candidate now you obi leader bi na wanya ho kufuota wanya ho akufado time ya papa akufado time na o person tira baby no starting kasa anyhow be mobilizing be man in baba ofia catch say party na enyo nkwa odi. It is time we enforce discipline. Kodo ntina me de mi suba also say
yeah.
Operation 150 motorbikes and no 2 in 1 and to be busy and me mpe bibia wo myself who nipa 300 at the spot and to whatever the situation no so 300 men of the party no because arrest ni nyama no mo ye no illegal arrest and at the way mo ye Rambo style ni sa nyama no mo di hamu intimidate ye boy ni enya there introduce baby we must also Mamu say yes you won bema because MPP and CPP and MPP and PNC and largest opposition party. So montimi and way and fire yet to say some PPP and PNC party. As your honor sister be Madam Rebecca also US oji also jini number number honum. And me wa me also was send him 610 Ghana cedis. Me dana see. Nyame share but me sere. Me no agenda where me and I don't want anything to be in my mobile man me sere because ne party me kasa. What does obekasa me we? I appreciate. That day now be crab problem say 1,000 cedis me be count the man nipa no. But logistics na epe enyeska. And I'm telling you, say, "Dear be any no, embraha. Ye be a donation no swa. Ye be mani pana ba habefa. Na ya done pana say, oh, ABCD. What mama yes, because politics ya there be a oh ye we no opponent kura no ne ya. And the mistake it will be one kura no the better you. Madam Rebecca our US nyame shira with that support since that day member. Radio station, remember TV station, but I'm sure. But Mestre, me mama bra penny godon edin number etu ja. It is about all motorbikes because I have belief and confidence. See it me started with this. Adena be Juno enjoy you. I feel quite the best start. I feel quite the best start because information intelligence I may pick you know. Share most of our CEOs is say omun kasa. Share program where you could be so how many CEOs or call steady event be a now be a other study program be your national most of the CEOs no they don't show up omusu no mu sika ometimi ade aboa
pia na ehu na na omaka ya
ente ne memma obi kura no ya invite na dada okọ NIB a or report every
omombra eda ye call
I don't know bema yes eda party na support
kokanie okay dada omokoye press conference mene da ruo ne da se be nyina akọholo ye de ne ye se de ye de se meeting man ye but ablekuma no fo no hu se ya ba ho keke no I'm
telling you.
A year demonstration. Me anopa 5:30 na mo park no so. Before as I may buy say no more. Me sure see the mobilization ba. We mba no ba ye ho. We mba no bo say that the rule him so mo ye. Me before me ba ha. Ye wi am no mu nyina asa call ye kwese wo parliament. Yeah. Be hwe enwuma mo bo ma ye. Yeah. You see Eshankofo cry. Eti esram. Yes, wo de mo betwam na eshankofo cry say omo mpanifo di machi what you say seven produce sika na mo wo no enyansan mo famra mo meboa
ke na be bom ho bai o because you
Kofi Ofosu kansa ne nam ayiwe say obi anyi ni sika eno onam na best you no mo di
Kofi Ofosu yes very accessible person
what is always around
entino mo mra mo piepie na mo mra because esa asem to a ebi ni say ache hana mi ma
because adeniba you have to fight it once and for all
yes
no munjai
yes but who to tell still or the me say me find a bit more friend more person because on be fraud the who show but they can't do anything
they can't do
and political party obviously
attorney general ebusa say na want to make case akodi say say you prepare the akoko look at this
omo prepare the akoko
omo prepare
assembly
asam da ye ma want to me bail over 1 month. I feel near prepare. They have nothing.
Honorable Mustafa case ko no and then go see.
Almost say prepare court.
The Mustafa some back court to man bail of surety of 2 million.
Woman bail. Your man is surety of 2 million.
What
I national service. Yeah, prepare court. Just a baby I feel no na all
plea bargaining, right?
Yes.
Baby akuye.
A game need time no more. Wow, you see, and I agenda be omuda to place omude hu. Because omude hu shemu mu na mu bakrapa. Na ya ye wo form no. Any embem ombebo mu hu ban no. What are you telling them? What they are saying? Because there are a lot of people are DSC in 2024 omu and they are all out. And at the omu the kind of intimidation NDC for any promise and fail or my year dear my young boys now 2024 promise be omuda show mu team ya be mo say ya do be too kwan 3k no akada for omu muni na boy mu dey me ono no me I don't want to mention because you see me person mention me because me I don't deal with that area. I don't even want to mention his name. God me met man 92am on to me 92am. It's not my class. Exactly. Get to sleep baby and me run into oh yeah until we rest I get to what you say that is it. But you see it NDC a picture such person you have someone who can do more than that him. But then people will never do that. They break you. You understand? But the time will come. There is time for everything. Party ni why akuma mo de ye ni say ebe making sure say ebe correcting mistakes na the majority are listening, they are hearing. So they were ye mi wo gide say before next month they be nya menim say nyame be de ne sabe kan bi mo akuma maybe about next week go dey be from say the 50 motorbikes because we want to let the part who say look we have the men. And now look, NDC, who they are, konima komamubi, komadina, kwashama koshe. The way the youths are not happy. Promise omudia mo munyamo maka. If you are Blake Manoff, and some I catch them so you be wa momnina yenye. Yenye. Unfortunately, say I see. Look at Thursday, I call on Moko Rezi gaining the image. The spirit of the party.
One day and I doing 2 hours.
Friday we were not involved on the DD operations.
Only 19 police stations.
Only 19 police stations. Do you think
to attack us?
If I was part of it, say yeah, come monitor 19 police stations. We have the invisible forces.
Then you know say, "Oko ho ya wadania daddy on one resources." On one resources.
Now go do me na mo.
Adie chief ya that's why. Mo expect this on one resources.
Just can we?
That's not possible.
Nipa ba akufo is
me free Abrekman no for office so na about 3 years.
Me be pon Ghana nti na me call.
I think na me no and if you are now question say adu twum na yi na okwa na akwose ni meeting na akwose meeting it's about grounds work
operations
I
gifted obi time
about 5 so na say sorry you
nyame wa the kania ni si usi say afiwe o dia bi nipa bi the senate god dey o ye ni den a oni dore this is their time in the media space and bema no mo sorry a mo ni e de no a chedi anyamidi amam say Moses hold them and to support me. We have groups, visible forces, the Eba power. Kandahar wo we the Omoa Ashanti region they are there. You understand? Blue Army Delta Force. You understand? Though Ubia Betimaya in his way. I believe in bringing because this the kind of internal security of war is more than 50.
Oh yeah.
That the agreement is there.
For the hawk.
Greater Congo best 5 or 6.
Just before elections. Not so far as Oka and the Ashanti region.
Yeah, Azoka.
Launch it or more a year. Fair say. Or mobilizing.
Exactly.
Now yet who?
I didn't see a legislative say will be an everything.
60-40 agenda 60-40 inch in it saying. Young queen.
Attorney General some day. Say you see a card that you boy. na me
Pana ko wiye sika de bra. Ko pe bebe sika.
Oba na aka ho.
Oba na
I don't know what's going on, but you see now chama introduction no ka say ohun say honorable Anyini em say ayeni bibi. Yenye no hwe.
Yenye no hwe.
That's their principles. So nipa nka no kra go don. Oye hu hwe ni. Na utwa ntro ka kire so ade we me ba me ko je from them dia ba. Na oba na hunu se won so hia dia so TV. I wanna be hunu say yes. Say nipa na no to no more dam.
Say wa afa ko jabe to dem.
E na wo di so TV. Enti sana say wo ye. On say wo hwe ensam no wo kan nyina. O beli nkofo start here from I think March or baby cuz the first 3 ministers are you omo no. He was one of them.
Yeah.
Nejuma starting to. Fi that time ni be si samri. Ontimi fa ni sense ne bo say why A or B the amount my Ghana. In fact, say to that you can say OSP office ni useless sir. I'm tempted to say sir investigative office too ni nyina no. There's a problem, yes. And our adaptive style be say Boni no se court waka se wadi fo so omunya nka so wadi fo say ya wono abeto nanim kwa do be press conference no go anima say
ai
enti say no minim ba bi osu asad ne free say oh ye say godon akwa kofa neoma we ye nye godon hu hwehwemu bia ye ba ya ne abegina eho godon akwa kofa sika 5,000 what are you accounting for when you have no case say nipa no odi fo anaso oni fo Into wuti asem no wakwa ko gina TV so na sa no de aya na nsem ni bi ko na aba na ko na aba na lawyers ne ko back and forth because asem ne de mra na ko ye adwuma enye sentiment enye de wadwene kire say kama me supporters akoma ntom yem nti efri so the case ne start so de cheche no ya odi esika ni nyina cheche no ensem wa ya tena so free tete ene de attorney general nko abegina ho a otimi de obia mfom so ne mra to
de no de
attorney general o chese de on ewu cross no so o de obia mfom so ne mra to che no so obia nko
boni fafire
ye so akoboni ka o ka che no amena me ye mema o mu 10% o se come kwa make 60%. You see what Bryce Simmons is doing to you. Asem no so what the 60%. O se Bank of Ghana yetu akọ no emeka no kra ne nkire se sa 60% no na onya ya. Now what challenge you say you have taken just 10.6% of the money. I don't know how you know mining in any intro. Now Bank of Ghana is one who prove it say ampa. So 60% now you can want some kwabna for etimi disasi kan no aba na. Owie ye no hu adwin bi a wo ye. Jafiri of national service case na o se ye ya pointees no din samone no a. O se o mo ba plea bargaining.
Ai. So what said that?
Audience you hu for him. Now yet to say what kind of command is that? Who does that? Miss Ren maybe a term about a month ago say man something court. Now fair ye buoni pano for no about your account naturally say oh ye do say court. Odisika ABCD. Now affair you didn't call court no court to assess say on refund sika no. Now we are making plea bargaining. New way wa attorney general officer. No be Ghana for nyina man. In fact, I say some of that kind say if you cry ready so ombeyin conformer. These are not the things we need. According to us too much. These are not the things we need. Your office is there. Oh your money lawyer. O money lawyer. Yeah, e bi nko yi a. Nti said you see bo egu ye nimu ase. Egu nkofo animu ase. Say omo ye criminals omo ye say no. Were you not was I ready for plea bargaining? What kind of double standards is this? Into Uka A next week also person we are the say B because all them conform from so no momra to tell ya baba betinase for close to 7 months. Mo the oral say oral literature say new make can say me sir.
You say about the oral na be ola. And ola ni only operation loot or loot. Operation loot all loot.
It's very sad. You say SI, young people are here politics, no. You don't give us a clear vision. I say, Mama ye hunu ade anu so ye. Mama ye hunu de mu ye. Ye. Said nam tamakru. Ya jele no. Ena moa modinasie. Say ora bi oba a. Ebi nie. Ka ba ya na de na babra. Oh na no ye ka so di sika nyekoma o maslok. Bra na be chichirim. O de be che no. enche bi ono so baba boneka na ye de ono so bone ne mra to ate no na se na wonim se boneka wo ho de a adena na ha kufu ado adwe ye de acha no
because
ye de Kevin Taylor bone acha
say ye the bench one at two so a minim hwe kra ma bon no wo si gwan no ma se
ye too straight ansana fight
and this gentleman
and said nam de ne sa na say na the Kevin Taylor de na ye say dia na kire say
ye de Kevin koda o man no fie
am ye bon ho ka
o wie na de chie na ye say ya ne ho asem ni wie no
Kevin ye wo na yes
china di obedi atem no de ye koka
Oba Ghana every person so no me name em say like ya ko
program ni ache de ba bi
ko ni ma me ko
fa ne ba
ko hu no
baby
no fa
no
no be ka say ti se kusi
so de ba ko na tiesi o muso
so
go no
very sad.
All right,
yes Attorney General say onye ni sisi yi
64
ai na say de yagu nanimu ase asa ye te say we negotiation say nya na dwuma no
and na no pa asebi koso e wo nkawie be kwai and na am to say nyina hini so ka hu sesen NDC for penny for I said them say on person ko galamsey e wo a forest na forestry commission na wo sa area ho no omompene na I am not surprised say ayen kawe bi beka de kuntia muka Eston cubic ebra Eston cubic e yoba so mo konyi na hini forest no Eston cubic for so ye Ibrahim Aman ne ko for dia no omo chuon krata ekọ forestry commission division e wo enkawe no say omo kwan no mo koye exploration bi na mo documents ni nyina I think I still have them and na panyin no ka cho mo say aha ade amode basa mo koye ya ye dada enkrata nyi da musimba ya omo say ya ye dada we ya ye dada eti mu they only wanted to have access into the forest. That was the Nkawi office. They denied them. No, I don't go far. And actually, forest. Sa na be so moye. Almost one problem forest. And none pa NDC for ashe national security ntade. Awura offices we me videos no. Akoto ashe so apam mpanifo ho nyina se. Mpanifo one cry say ya pam mfa no o matutu the padlocks unlock o say yes here for bombra. The blessing omu obianko fie. Na omu fa keys no embran kran. Tomato two offices no videos no go. O say the bridge and o say answer be ma that concession no. I just say omu the notice no. Omu ntimi this a district no e publish ade no omu big boss the notice boss say we are man kwaso nkwasa so go say and they refusing to do that. And omu so mo mpene na omu say ade ne be pam nyina afri office ono mo. And national security and this for national security for no and e koyeye. E che da afri omu say enye national security for na e full soldiers and these full soldiers of national security ntade. Say videos for NDC for me boa. Okay, chaba it's here the thing.
Na say you see bi na make us insecurity nti say ayi.
Aye hu.
Ye fa ne say nkrofo ikọ no mo to show mo fi no bo mo na obi wu ya. Je say nkomo awu nkwase awu.
Ayi.
Ni na ehu ni bi no. De na aboti e ka sisi an. E bi no. Omo de hu hye nkrofo mu. Na ayi sa 60-40 na eba no. Me godon ma me dey so edidians ni say mesre papa no ko say ayi ni. We one lawyer and a parliamentarian na me person man no kura betra no. I still hold him in the highest esteem. Yeah. Mo brofo any lawyers in there say until the person is proven guilty is not guilty. After identity no be na TV so. Na sem no kura be brain court. Enti ubi and on say government academy on na ba ho kese ba. So wrong. Why do you disgrace people? And we are judgment that a bit yana that she does power.
Yo.
Because and na obi na no a adubu ahin obi na no adubu ahin so wo se wo witness ade ne ko ogina court what prove so you guilty no what do you mean prove so you guilty obi na no adubu ahin no wakoji ne girl ana
me di minim
Gordon ni nyina ne say obi ambra on board na yam fight and that is the best solution
we can fight here ube lose but let us fight as a unit,
as a unity, as a team because say so omo pipe
mu na mate say omo san this council wura mu ma yetuetu ankrofo bi say de be ya there's continue to be a division in patriotic party ya be srem empanyimfo na ya de mamu no ena president Kofo kan no edisika ne mawa kone kwakwohwe wa adwen na ye de say eye ni patriotic party since 92 I'm say we have gotten to our lowest point
at day.
Oh, now go down.
Election
apart from 1992 and this is near 2 tests down.
Dabi.
So say
but it is from here penny for no money.
So yeah, boycott na make us apart from 1992 and this is near 2 tests down. Even with their talent like Jelly Rawlings, want to be near 2 tests.
We will the hammer pa. And yet defeat in the battle 2024 na hammer kesi. But we saw it coming. And you see asem we ho. Ye call election 2020. Yeah,
there was
I didn't hear 165 as I say. And the bet 137.
169.
No, 169. Sorry, 169. And the bet 137 plus 1 for us. And now the Kufuado, the vote no expected from 974,000
to 500
to 500,000.
So
Mecano say, I want that no more money. And I say, Adia Coswing. At the said year, also they say. I'm watching. Yes, you saw the same will be watching or you said me truth. Say hell. On the way of Bona one a show panisum. And I miss the Akoswing. At the said year, I'm watching. I prefer MP before I could join the gate. Say, most of the me. And why, what say, still young who answer. And and your man, we started losing election 2024. The moment we lost a speaker of parliament,
it wasn't part of my petition.
The moment they lose Eko4 started losing hope.
When we lost the speaker,
no.
Now go down. And no metina national executive for Chisa, including national chairman. That was the time where none home fan some my queen. Nebia se bute mube so moon and kebi and ya. But you say achia emu you know as abebo nyina abe your best national party steering committee council of elders afemu kasa bi mu fama no ntu godo ni party of mugu council of elders wo no uhu wo
now so mu committee
nya sere heye
and now mo nya dey so mu committee mu kasa
no mu kasa wote
said yes yet ye kam yet
godo enti say ansase anye amuru nso yisa pa bedu 2028 ni ani nye kokko wani anye kokko nso an weni election wo Ghana wo
debi say o person jari so jiso moni ye kokko
enti abese national party Justin Kodia nano not ya na me disappointment ewo ni national delegate ewo ne ho me nua ketwa no was obegina ha na eho na abeka galam say ni ho ahwan no eho nye rally grounds. We are talking about general secretaries what they call report. Me try letter 10 bread we can't do baby no jai.
And then one said that's why I was saying 10. Now what toilet
just could have not toilet.
There be said you invite no.
Everybody my try them I can't them.
So I was saying 10. It why do I expect on kind of
that receive my try there 10 my.
But why was some say 10 one kakra.
Oh, go down. Your elections. Yes, a national delegate conference. Again, ya akontabu ni kubu. So when you can jay, on the hard than rally ground. When a messiah said criticize Chama intimusa, one team I say I had the coup position. That's in Kodia. Oma or happen game. the Chama Buti and the rest of them Nana B. You who were ground zoo. I say you might with your marble. And now what's on the cross room could be.
Nana B.
And Nana B was
that's organized. So also could be.
Also a first vice.
The mass was not organized. Could be.
First no say treasure. I came to say. And your best say. Their boy, you know, a national party, Mumwano. Na yentimi mobilize pa dan say na adenta commission can be say onya support on so betimi mobilize
yes
enti mon fanin kan we hu na obia me join say bike no say 150 kra na nya 200 kra 1000 kra ye beje
of course
say your regions
ain
enti mo ska kutamu no betimi ato nkomo ska kutamu betimi ato mon to bi maye na emfanya adwuma no
people come on board.
Godon ni patriotic party sa Ghana for any day so we election ye ko yi enye Ghana for ye mu enti na voter party by NDC 2020 election omo the 100,000 per any account move so 100,000 so until they are call people na eto aba MPP for ne anto aba na no so they are compel people we have to do program that will let people to go and vote and it's one time you convince obi a no anko to aba ma wa and it's samre mum ya nya ntem
Oko circle kura 2024 now visibility of the MP anyhow Oko Malam anyhow pass
sir
oh it wasn't there I saw it
oh and you be say me because I obi catch me say ba o me campaign akwa say handback say ba omi abaha na ha nyina
me kan wa ha
okoya na
no be anya juma
as if said there's something
I service
and what was also wrong was that yeah born na do 2020 ni 2016 nyom following ba omi no ntie ya nyom na nke enye yi lumba obeya no so
enyo mo ye na nye de kakra bi na ye de
na kakra bi na mo sisifia na wa ya we na
sisifia mo kan go fo buofu say and yakobo sisifia nti ne elu so lesi
na bi na mo fofrey
ayi ti say na me bo ayi die no
samini die no o se no kran so de eyi enti ayi evanize ayi evanize aya was central many boys see kokun da o medura na me kwa me na do kwa lesi na de na mo ha yesi
twa musa
kwa nyam se on kan kran into mu fiu but this is one of the low points e dey aba bedu baby na nke to aba na ya was central you lose
Moses akasa ka 10 minutes ni sorry so Moses ma member hall mo
commodity na me dey asem no kra
we ye typical grassroots person and they enkomo a ekoso nyina no and say MPP grassroots for no with was will be out of baha what embrante na omwo na ombeti na say after Abdulkumade no we just say videos ana eba content e bi homa na ya in fact
Lloyd do mo bu no
ayi ate broje sama broje omoduko bi na no ana NIB enkofo ko hol man pa na me fa ho no na NIB nkofo no mu no so bo mo si e mo ye plain clothes e no mo se na ba ko ba me nchen e no bo obi din se me hu so aba ha na me so da bi no so wo twen no na me sa do no ko mo da na wa se o da bi oba na do so pesu wurem no oba ka gate bi di abfane ni sa ana me si adai no se me MPP ni o me no mo na nam ya na so papa no was wo kan ho nti e no free MPP waka ho nti ai na wo ba e wo ko ye dwon na bi ho ma na and MP mba ba mo da beji se wo gina gate kama oye ne ma was wo twen wo twen papa na ba
no aka say sorry
obo be ka say ha man ye mo mfa ha no ofa se no waka gate afen ba ko so ka che me say omu kukumasi na omu eba bokofo flight and we see this for benefit bi omu so fikuma akrai kukumasi ni power ne mo nam no o hu no na nyi di pa ni no de afede o ne akowe na nam yi
bebre
aya de nwanwa ɛna ɔbɛn no nade was madam me kɔ dada wo so ma vie ye me kɔ was ye dɔso obi akɔ. How do we get them back?
Gode.
Minia.
On the 2024 me alti say me come be save Ayawaso Central.
I remember.
But unfortunately ebansa na after elections now yesterday try say ye chimi ensa agi some of the seats sa obi am pesa meti ni din na odiko to ne post say omonhia ewo collation center okay 6 o'clock na me see my boys in bra 5 a.m. na by 5 a.m. na me ho afi no ma pull omo crofon say mo bi amba na Gode after 1 or 2 moves bi am here ya nkofo bi frame say party the front na a week na esia no anya about bebre kasa bebre. It's about how to bring all these our boys together. So if I have mind of contesting a parliament, you know, the way I me energy, the way me will be a mobilizer, me name all the ghettos. I should think of something. So koye eko die twinye bompa ma nyame eyi kire me Gode hwede me ye kura no eyem krofo ya
nanka ahoya
dana ye conference hwe boys me do mba ho ye be chia okay conference grounds no I'm telling you Opa Fasika saying you can't mobilize these guys.
Obi quite sending me a video from UK.
I'm telling you. These are the boys, sir. There's no way this will see us on because some money about my no. Ebi I just say best settle na yakọ.
Yakọ baby.
Now be a best na ye ade na ye pese enye. Free and fair.
Free and fair. Yeah.
Cause obi a wo mu bi. But how amenya di be na ye omoya. That is the reason why this time around I'm opting to become the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party. These are boys who say omo die eni na minimum where o hwe MPP see it me discover Accra enya all our boys. Even 60-70% of them or 80 on border will win the elections. Accra and then the most difficult place. And I got the one say someone like me, my dear assemblyman 13 years. My constituency youth organizer 8 years. My bar region, my son Gam assembly members Greater Accra for change. That was 2016. And boys ni boys are metimi awuro mumu enti me bompa say kakra ni support amoye no se kasi ye die ni betu obi obefi say me nkoboa no onye popular but that is not and a part ni bapo me see o me mpe minister I don't want appointment
I don't you want to
me appointment too me person met in office me ejuma me offered because I have problems to solve. And one ya obi obey na adwen twisting adwen say he is for the people
or working for the party.
Or working for the party. And why? And to go down a challenge. But I'm happy now most of the guys understanding the situation and the way I am be there who are for it. And those so muye juma or capable of doing something. The party can make some budget just to bring this spirit back. Yeah, your boys we know where they are, and in baby or more. Do say if party put up a structure say every month and every 2 weeks, I bet my call zone where your boys mumbra. I have to appoint you back with me. Na ya tire and no matter say bon come and now near we near bon come. Na ye patch yourself mo fanche another 2 weeks yakọ another 1 month
e top an die what na weekend me hu writers be brave with social media fadi Fadi Dabusi me who the write up in fact my friend
Okay.
yeah
Fadi
Dabusi throw bibi of Facebook na me who ye me mu shebe enti am say dey ba me friend me nua na me kasa ya che na me friend ti me friend o pick was hey me ti wo ka che na me say na nyame de ni nyina ye ka the last time that we met
oh okay
ye nyina I don't know ye nyina ye ka it was at the last time oh ye nyina e wo ba stop bi na me kokuma so kokuma se eni nyina yi sia we say koto fuel na ye di enkomo it was cancel bi a in fact na emo ya o show no Fadi Dabusi ya Jomahama mo che no twice yes na enema bia na wosi kakra bi be wo hia ya de bi it doesn't mean say we anya bibia da there is nowhere Fadi Dabusi betima kana bonte say MPP aban baaye we anya bibi da wontimi nkasa but ade bi keto benan ka anya yi bia no wo ye ne sanka wo chechi mu areho ade cheye na one also a prolific writer Justice Newton-Beku ofe also chone die say oye presidential staff na ne papa free mu opeso ko bo president amane say the take up wo so ye amane kwa amane ko bo Dabi waka you see presidential staff na wo ye so ye say ne papa free mu o ka che president Kufuor me de me na Kufuor me ni nsia ba bia mo ma me wan sidida but enkofo a friend is saying omo din ho dan say papa ne generous in opposition and in government we din that kwato ni obe ma bibi obe say this etika mo man ko kan che no mpo yanka and am always my friend no o keka na say bizad ne yayi hu because me say kitu abi time na so me say me chua kata say me pay oxen car say oxen car ye to ye vanche me oxen car e dia ye adwuma ma ABC ye to me mfi akiri me di akira edru be model koma me car 98 model ai na car ne san water crade ye ne say me tua be 52,000 I'm telling you chairman nipa krono ai chesel kwa that was after be 1 year me ye ya me ko nipa ko me ka say chief unipa no ka we no de ma me sisi no se wa ha was so timpacho won should won ke was so why busy what they need to what I should continue to engage the person na me timpacho mate me engage the kakra no and just the same thing now so I sent the company mo me be probably din na me kwaka che me send the message ka say me da nase for the offer but respectfully I reject it it no me dey cheat no ama nipa no he couldn't even say oh he couldn't acknowledge it oh eti media menya mencha de and ebo how easily na I overcome it but there are so many people party system now offending woman that was what I was hoping say Eko University of Ghana no and Kaibek Pacho media member can before I echo still they need too late ya nyina ye ho bone wo die why you be bone bia wunim say the man na ni ye wunya opportunity afre no one day catch say chale mesrew ade we die ankoyi na mo mienye na bibia ensamra mesrew
national executive
ai
general secretary say we
general secretary put the matimo at least obey two cases wa patch
two occasions but what about delegates to ho
dan baso
e ho na so start see e pamuchau na ko ka Ghana msi omo ka say untumi na asa Ghana nsu nyina untumi ya general lances Ghana nsu eni ata
afepo na esa mo
godo
e ya 1 minute ya pon
pains ne de me my ma say me come pains da ha me nyame mre ne mrepa
yes
nti pains pa de me nyama dwen say me share because omo ama me to law school for akosi aga team no me mfa akosi but then the ASN say emwa bia grassroots here say omo so betumi de djuma no a brand new. You see, when you are in opposition, that is the time you need the numbers. Obi oya willing be so baby. I follow Moses on Facebook. Sometimes sharing in your money baby. But I was so shocked the day I who motorbikes no. And you may know who said me call Dr. Bobby office.
Yes.
We do any more na me never be crown fa.
And
I'm like, wow. I don't know say who show in Facebook dia unya feeling ni
na na wuduru ho no say yes
say na Nyankopon sia ye wa fam de enso ye de tin chen ya betumi dia support to agenda bia no ye be ya fam de ne dia support because this is a time we need people that could be betumi aso ya ka say oh Moses me ni usia wa how then no be say yes I am pa na wa so nsa ye bibi dia ma the people we ye haili omo no but wo kwa na e pia wo to twene wo wi ade tia no wasa atena wo kada to akotra radio so no akasa me enti yes party mpanifo say am be bia adri de omo so obi ansa bible class yen so aso ye ho ne so abia yen so obi ansa ne emfa no kona 2028 enti me successful man
yeah that's it enti e do say na motene ka no na France Obapa Francis Esiam was a mekacho so watch yaw na was say my regards to incoming national organizer enti no was a mekacho so watch yaw Obapa Francis Esiam Obapa Francis Esiam this 1 minute ni enko
oh Madam Francis and the crowd ne beautiful daughter ebase on be support my agenda enti me dana sinyame nhira no say the world bodwuma mama so akwala ne me ne ba ne me on me dwuma ma ye since day one ti metima deliver kodo me die assemble akwa make ne say the party should reward me and I will give them victory come 2020
motorbike na ba ko ye saying a range
from 12,000
to
royal
15,000 enti kwa kofo busa ti ubenya 12,000 na to abre ya wo de to bre yi unya 15,000 so a abo say 15,000 de no mo de bon ko 15,000 wo man ma fese makotora mo de aba eni me ye ya benji kama won timi so a
so pese de to so a ne aye ti
number ne 0244 672 622 but what send this pa a reference on why the bike the BIKE why now that but now betima notify me ne hu se de we say if you buy mo isabo ebeka ye ho chebaka se new lab ebeka ko ka e wase no mo na edi edu se eso ebeka ye ho ye fam god na Asare-Bediako Ghana ntia me adoma china ye besa ehia adongo enemy producer Akalan GH and chief nyina sade ko social media together with general manager Chris Kweku ye da masa Billy ene msasante mu nyina na ene mekan ho no mu ye mai nyina no ye da mase ye sorry sweet ye Dada Lumba is gone